misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old. The pines were...
Welcome, this is the book club, the Erudite Literary Society of Joseph Ducreux, and we're here to study The Hobbit, the first 105 pages of that.
Give or take.
Right. It's January the 19th, 2012. Right, so first I'm just going to take a poll. Personal reactions. Chris, do you want to start us off?
I found The Hobbit it's really a well-written book, Tolkien style. It's a bit archaic, but at the same time it seems like a child could read it.
It's charming. It's charming style.
It's
Exactly.
very attractive. Exactly.
It's attractive style, right? It's charming, a little bit of imaginary, very high fantasy to it.
Yeah.
And also I saw some elements of goblins, trolls, but there's some elements of what we have here when we talk about golf, like that little story.
I like the riddles.
The riddles were good, and I think
they were good, but I never would have guessed them.
a lot of lyrics, a lot of verses, songs, and it seems to take
The whole
everything.
It's very fantastical atmosphere. It's a fantasy. That's what it is. It's the first real fantasy that's been written in
I think all of us
the 20th century.
If we just take a brief into the characters, I think many of us can actually relate with Bilbo himself, coming out of our, I would say almost coming out of our small
shell.
thing. Yeah, our shell into the realms of imagination, the realms of fantasy. I think that's the point it's trying to make here.
But would it equate Gandalf to God, kind of, in a sense?
I know. I
protecting figure.
I don't think Gandalf is really a god.
Not really God.
Tolkien. Tolkien was he was a Christian, wasn't he?
He was a Catholic.
He was a Catholic, and didn't he have something to do with Lewis's conversion?
Yeah, but he became an Anglican, which Tolkien didn't like. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, besides the point. I think you can almost look at it as biblical almost, and I think we could also see certainly in Lord of the Rings later a lot of echoes from the
also
recurring.
It's also a recurring theme in Tolkien's
Yeah,
work.
exactly. Yes. So maybe some Christian ideas. Also maybe some Nordic mythology as well.
Oh yeah, the dragon, troll,
So for personal reaction, I think we all enjoyed the atmosphere. Can you be quiet? All enjoyed the atmosphere.
Why are they all drinking? It's 0.1.
All enjoyed the atmosphere. I think we thought it was rather charming.
It was.
Very easy to relate to, I'd say.
Charming, easy to relate to.
Good.
Yeah. I too enjoyed the emphasis on verse. The emphasis on song and verse. And of course fantasy. Song, verse, and the fantastic. See some Christian elements are noticeable.
Of course.
Right, let's get into characters.
Well, we kind of already did some characters.
Yeah, so we talked about Bilbo being relatable to us. I think we see a lot of us in Bilbo, or and even childish the hobbits. Yet
It's a very human face. It's a human face.
It's very even though we're supposed to be scared they're supposed to be scared of humans and all that. I think it's the hobbits are most like the humans. That we recognize most of humanity in the traits of the hobbits. Quiet people, or even very salt of the earth kind of people.
Yeah.
Who enjoy living off the land, who enjoy eating very much. Stuff,
Simple Bilbo was like a classic British gentleman, you could say, from the 19th century.
I say, simple delights.
Very simple.
Living up the countryside.
Fear of the extraordinary.
Yeah, that's it.
I found a lot of the depth of his character came from his two different sides of his family. I think they mentioned in the book that the Baggins side is very conservative, very down to earth, and the Took side is very adventurous. Gives a great depth to his character.
Simple man enjoys simple delights. Enjoys simple delights, and like all the hobbits, he has a love for the Shire and the countryside.
And his hobbit hole.
Enjoys simple delights, and has a love for the grow up. Has a love for the countryside, and of course feasting.
Gandalf.
Right, he's
Gandalf the wizard. Is he a wizard? Yeah.
He's a
He
wizard.
is.
Yes, he is. In the later mythology, we find out there was 9 wizards who came to
Yeah.
the
One of
brown,
those.
some of the brown, the grays,
The blacks. Not so
many traits, many traits of humanity visible. Visible and visible? Sure, I would say so. And that, the very relatable trait of fear of the extraordinary or fear of what we do not know. It's almost Roman.
Roman.
Yeah, Rome had the fear of changing events.
That the fearful.
They're just happy with what they had, they didn't want.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Did you not do the roof concrete?
I didn't look on reading these. Scared of changing, but it only changed.
It was gonna change, but it wanted to change too at the same time.
No, it didn't want
Well,
to
it
change,
had
it
to-
changed
it
when it was
had-
necessary.
it had to
some wanted to
change,
change,
yeah.
some didn't. So
So
it's
I'm
very
not
slow.
plastics, well, this is.
The very relatable fear of
Classics, classics is love.
the very the very relatable fear of the extraordinary and change. Okay, so let's talk about Gandalf.
Gandalf is like God for protecting.
Gandalf, yeah, he's a protective.
Protective higher
I
power.
would say that, but the way he appears in and out of the story,
Yeah,
it's
he's,
sort of
he's not
yeah,
there the entire time. He's just
Exactly.
he's there to guide them.
appears.
He's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
main character.
It's almost as if he's not actually there.
It's like a
Yeah,
spirit.
it's like
He's
he's
omnipresent, I'd say.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, in a sense, because he appears when they need to. When he appears
When they need guidance, like.
in and out of the story. I don't think he's here to get the treasure at the end. I think if
They're only
we
dividing the treasure between the dwarf and Bilbo.
exactly and Bilbo.
Gandalf.
Yeah, so he's not here for the treasure. I would think what he I think he would knew Bilbo later on. We find Bilbo's going to get the ring. I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah, the
foreshadowing. Yeah, and foreshadowing.
Shit.
Exactly. Okay, and then foreshadowing into later books.
What was that guy's name? The guy. Gollum?
Gollum.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
Smeagol. Appears in and out of the story.
That was so
It's got some
random.
after. It's random. Have you not seen The Lord of the Rings?
He's like, there's like 1,000 pages just on Go.
Appears in and out of the story. A guide who does not partake in the wealth.
Present, guiding, spirit.
I think he's almost like a contrast to Bilbo. It's almost as if Bilbo's supposed to represent our human side and Gandalf's supposed to represent the supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, appears to be omnipotent and
Omnipresent.
omnipresent.
Almost like a
And
perfect
he, well, he
being.
is as far as our
He's
knowledge.
more or less omnipotent.
I know. As far as our knowledge, he's also omnipotent.
Yeah, he is.
He dominates everything in the story.
But he chooses
But
not
omnipresent,
to use
yeah,
his powers
exactly.
all the time.
To be omnipresent and even all powerful. He is a guide who is immoral, yet he obviously has a sense of humor. Bringing bringing Bilbo into this whole mess with the dwarves.
Yeah.
Is there when he needs to be. Alright, excellent. Perhaps we should, we obviously will not deal with all the dwarves, but most of all we should deal with
Maybe
Peter,
Thorin.
Thorin Oak and
Oh,
Shore.
yeah.
So he's, he's the hero of the epic, which I find almost, it's almost comedic having a dwarf kind of midget being your leader of the clan there. But nevertheless, he shows all the traits of courage. I think he's courageous, brave, and
He's a good leader because everybody else follows him.
exactly courageous, brave, and a fantastic leader as much as our knowledge.
Charismatic.
He's charismatic.
Dynamic.
Certainly quite wise.
Mm.
Maybe not to the same level as Gandalf.
No.
Wise. He certainly knows how to get around. Because the dwarves, they always seem to be getting into trouble. It appears to be Gandalf the one to pull him out of it.
The dwarves and the elves.